Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I wanted to do something different. I noticed a lot of people had questions, not specifically about watches, but about the watch industry and even about my business, Delray Watch. And I'll be answering those today. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Rolex OP39 Rhodium. It's a watch I wear a lot on the weekends. It's just comfortable. I can bang it around a little bit. It's tough. I love it. Now, of course, guys, we also got some pretty rare watches all of a sudden in stock at Delray Watch. We got an H. Moser Alp watch. I think probably one of the coolest watches ever created, kind of like a spoof of the Apple Watch. We got a Romain Jerome Subcraft. Original retail price around $30,000. We're right at about $5,000. This has the in-house Agenor movement in it, a completely shaped jump hour movement. You want an Urwerk on a budget? This Romain Jerome is the same quality. It's limited edition, and actually we have it in both metals. And we also got a Sarpaniva K1 Corona. Beautiful watch, very kind of steampunk looking. Sarpaniva, a tiny brand based out of Finland. They make, rumor has it, less than 50 watches a year, and we are blessed to have one at delraywatch.com. Link in the description below. Anyway, guys, let's get right into your questions. All right, gentlemen, these are the questions I've selected. If you see me looking down, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just reading off my sheet here. And let's see if I can shed some light on the watch industry and maybe Delray Watch as well. The first question is from Dong Young Park. He says, I'm curious how you guys are thinking about scaling up. The personal touch is a real selling point from Delray Watch Supply. But as the business continues, I'd imagine at some point it won't be feasible for Fed or my partner John P. to be interacting with every customer. Now, Dong Young, I'm glad you asked that question. It's actually probably our biggest problem. Even at the moment, we don't interact with all our customers. I'd say 65% of the sales are unassisted, just checkouts. And we have hired people to answer phones. I think the key here is to just make sure we hire watch geeks. I want anybody, I'm not saying this is the case every time now, but the goal is to have anytime you contact Delray Watch, if I can't answer or if John can't answer, I want a watch geek to answer. I want people to know what they're talking about, to be able to talk to my customers and still give them that personal touch. Now, I'm a salesman at heart. I always love talking to customers. I get involved with a lot of the transactions, but you're right, it's not possible for every single one. So I just want to make sure we get the best talent possible. Guys like Jonathan Hotchman, even Carlos, our photographer, is a massive watch geek, and he's answered the phone a couple times when we're all busy. And he can certainly answer most questions. So I think that's the goal, is just hiring the right people for the first point of contact. Because you're right, that's what I think makes us special compared to our competitors who may not even know what the millimeter size of a Speedmaster is. We're all watch geeks here at Delray Watch. But yeah, it's a hard thing to scale up. Ajdez_ma. Do you think the industry will completely transition to online slash instant availability model in addition to boutiques? Yeah, I think it's already happening. Most brands now you can order online watches under $10,000. Breitling, IWC, Cartier, Grand Seiko, most of the brands. Rolex still doesn't do it. But guys, brick and mortar is dead. Now, while watches will be one of the last things to transition because people want to try them on, it's a luxury item, so there'll always be a little bit more a little bit more attention to customer service, which is what boutiques provide. I do think ultimately brick and mortar is pretty much dead. I do think watch boutiques will stay for a while, so you can be able to try them on, but more and more people are ordering online every day. It's just the world we live in. Tito Lack says, "Hey Federico, hope you're doing well. Thank you. Question: how can you be sure when buying a pre-owned watch that it's original? This is actually a very easy question to answer, and it's two-pronged. First, it's just experience, right? I've been in the watch industry forever. My partner, John P., has been in the watch industry half a decade. Jonathan Hodgman, who inspects every watch, used to work for some of the biggest auction houses in the world and has been a watch geek for going on 20 years. So part of it is we just know, but the second part of it is also to have skilled watchmakers to double check with you just in case you're not sure. Now, watchmakers don't know if something is real or not because they're not skilled in all the models or skilled in mechanics, but they'll be able to tell you if you show them a schematic of a movement. If a Rolex comes in that's supposed to have a 31-35 movement, and I go to Hans and I'm like, Hans, is this a 31-35? He'll say yes or no. Or is this a Hublot 4000? He'll be able to tell me yes or no. Just by looking at the case, I'm actually, me or Jonathan or even John P., is better at telling if something is real or fake than any watchmaker, but sometimes that's not enough, and we have to open it up and we compare replica movement to real movement, and that's where the watchmaker comes in. So you need to have a good watchmaker, you need to have experience, and also having a contact list in your phone when the real weird stuff pops up is genuinely helpful. I can tell you, actually, we've gotten very few watches being tried to, very few fake watches being tried to be passed off as new here at Delray. People trying to sell us fake watches. It's pretty rare, though it has happened. Books on Time, Charlie, he says, is eBay a pain in the ass for dealers? Do you want to share a few terrible inquiries you've had by random people? Yes, eBay is a huge pain in the butt. Two things that always happen on eBay is, first is a guy that sends like a list of 45 questions and then asks for like 9 different angles of, like, can you please take a video of the watch and these angles and put it on a time grapher, open the case back, take a macro of the balance. Yeah, I'm sorry, we get way too many orders, as do most dealers in eBay. We have 11 to 12 pictures. We're happy to answer questions, but I'm not taking 9 4K videos and editing them just so you can think about potentially purchasing a watch. I won't do that. And that happens on eBay all the time. Or another one of my favorites is when somebody places an order on eBay. So they place an order, it takes the listing down, it charges you the eBay fee, and then they start asking questions like, will this fit an 8-inch wrist? And I'm like, no, sir, it'll fit a 7. Okay, please cancel my order. Why couldn't you have asked that question before you wasted my time? Now I gotta go relist it. I gotta claim my final value credit from eBay, back and forth. These are just frustrations. It's part of the business. It is what it is. But yeah, there's a ton of tire kickers on eBay, and it's hard to manage expectations. Most dealers I know, when they get a message like that, they don't even answer. Honestly, it's almost not worth it. But eBay has been getting better. We do sell quite a few watches there as well, but it's just an unfiltered thing. It's whenever you have this anonymous shield, people have no shame when contacting you. So I think that's part of it as well. M_Doyle84. Other than purchasing the timepieces, what are your biggest overheads in running a successful business such as mine? Well, at Delray, the biggest overhead after the purchase of watches is definitely salaries. Payroll is a big deal. Then after payroll, it's a mixture. No, after payroll is definitely shipping. I mean, we easily spend $5,000 to $6,000 a month just in shipping, and that's with special rates. But yeah, payroll and shipping, the two biggest by far. And last but not least, automatic wind. Has the scarce availability of Rolex from ADs boosted sales for other brands like Breitling and Omega? Absolutely, in my opinion. Omega's hot as hell. Breitling is hotter than it used to be. And yeah, I just think people are tired of waiting on the wait list or playing the games of buy a ladies date just and maybe we'll sell you an OP. Listen, Rolex is doing a great job of protecting their brand, but this strategy of theirs is just causing more Omegas and Breitlings to sell. So they're protecting their brand equity, but at the same time, people are looking for alternatives, and I will happily cash on that anytime I can. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little inside scoop into the watch industry and Delray Watch. Let me know if you enjoy these questions in the comment section below. If you want me to keep kind of doing this or stick to the more like timepiece focused related content. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really does help. Please don't forget to subscribe. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.